Hey, everybody, welcome to another Thrasher Opera House Presents podcast. And I'm so happy to be joined by Grammy Award winner Mike Farris today. Got a show coming up on May 5th here at Thrasher Opera House in Green Lake, Wisconsin. Mike, welcome to the podcast. Thanks so much for your time today.
Man, thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about the career of Mike Farris, man. As a kid who grew up in the early '90s, the Screaming Cheetah Wheelies were my jam, no doubt about that. Super proud of that, and excited to have you come and be a part of it here at Thrasher Opera House. But talk about those days with the Cheetah Wheelies.
We got signed to Atlantic, when I was just a kid. I was 23 years old, maybe, and jumped right in it. We were really lucky, man. We were really blessed in a lot of ways. We didn't have to do bar gigs or anything like that. We just kind of got signed immediately, uh, relatively. Yeah, it was pretty pretty much of a whirlwind. The '90s was a whole. It's just we've been talking about this lately. It's just such a completely different world than it is now, man. And rock and roll, and you had rock radio and all this. There was a lot of creative energy in the world, and you had lots of money with the labels and lots of money to be had, and it was just a great time to be in music, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. We toured with a lot of great people, and really had a nice little run of it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We're going to talk more about you guys kind of coming back a little bit and even doing some new music here in just a little bit. But I want to talk about Mike Farris as well. We're looking forward to the show. Just a great sense coming on in here, and a lot of excitement about the show too, as well. If nobody's seen the Mike Farris show before, what can they expect?
Um, well, I mean, it's just good roots music, man. It's just I think, and um it's we I think with what we do, it kind of it kind of takes you through all the emotions. It's a you know I kind of proud of that. I kind of pride myself on that. I don't intentionally do it. It's just the music that I do. And um and yeah, so we just try to give a real pure, you know honest, uh night of music. Yeah.
Yeah, we are so excited to be having on in here, and a Grammy Award winner, and what an incredible honor that is. I'm sure for you, but talk about the process behind that, and just the work that you put in on writing the album and getting that accomplishment.
For the Grammy,
Yeah,
for the Grammy record, yeah, that was Shine for All the People. And that was a that did entail quite a bit of work. It was in and out and stop and start. I had realized that I was in the depths of relapse at that time, and so I had to kind of stop and regroup and go through the process of uh, of taking care of myself and getting better, and doing the hard steps of finding out the reasons why I was an addict, and what caused that, what causes that, and what were the causes of it. And so I had to do the hard work. I finally did the hard work on all that, and I just celebrated 12 years sobriety. Just
congratulations.
Yeah. And so that was part of that whole journey on that record. I lost my dad during the recording of that record, and it was crazy because during that recording, for some reason, I'd never done this before. I had mentioned during the recording process, especially during the mixing of it, that with my engineer, I was like, "Look, this is the watermark for us is Grammy level." And I don't know why I started talking that way, because that's not, but I wanted that to be ingrained in everybody's mind. It's like this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm trying to get to. Not to win a Grammy, but I wanted to. I was looking at that level of of greatness, and so and lo and behold, we got nominated, got a call. My phone started blowing up, and everybody texted me saying congratulations. I had no idea it was happening. So, and then we went to LA and won the thing. It was really, really pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
What a pinnacle moment, I'm sure, in the career of Mike Farris, no doubt about that for sure. Like other artists, you've kind of written from a point of been going through some times that aren't easy, and that process, especially with addiction, and I think not alone to just artists, but then to people in general, sometimes they need to find their own bit of therapy to work their way through that. And I would think that would probably be the case for you with the writing of this stuff too, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, um, that whole it shaped the whole album because that's what I was going through, and so I tend to write you know about whatever I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve a little bit, and and so all that kind of made it on the record, and even with the old traditional spiritual songs that and gospel songs that I put on there, like Precious, not Precious, um, something keeps telling me was derived from an old one, and River Jordan and all that stuff, all those things, the Lord would make a way. All those things were at one point or another were mantras to me,
Mhm.
and for me to try to get me, it was things I was leaning on to help me get um, through, this rough time, this rough period in my life, and and so I think that all that translates, when you put that on tape, and when the soul speaks, um, other souls they understand that,
Right.
and so they communicate with each other, and so it's just my job is just to let that happen. Sometimes I don't. It's not even something you consciously do. You just let it go, and that's what happened with that record.
Life can be really complicated at sometimes, but I'm inspired by your Twitter description: God, family, music, dogs, and a really good horse. I mean, that's a pretty good life all in those 5 or 6 words, right?
That's pretty much sums it up. You got to have a decent horse if you can, a couple of good ponies, and a couple of good dogs, and lately I got a really, really, really sweet little cat that owns a big old chunk of my heart right now, and she's a dandy, and and yeah, and my beautiful family, really blessed. But yeah, all that is true. I'm grateful to have all all that.
Right, exactly. We're talking with Mike Farris. He's going to be here at Thrasher Opera House in Green Lake coming up on Friday, May the 5th. And then just a couple of weeks after that, Mike, I want to talk about the Ride the Tide Music Festival that you got putting together. You've got some absolute hits on that roster. Not only is Screaming Cheetah Wheelies coming back to do 2 shows there, but again, some other friends that we've had here at the Opera House as well. Ruthie Foster going to be there. You got some great folks and old bands like Driving and Crying. And then you got Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown. What a great lineup that's going to be.
It's a fantastic lineup, and we I was tasked with curating all that, and which was a lot of fun, reaching out to all these people that I love and respect, and Ruthie being right there at the top, and Foy Vance, who's a good family friend of ours, and this is going to be his only appearance in North America this year.
Wow.
Yeah, and so the lineup is spectacular. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue, the Caverns Amphitheater, and and it's just going to be a great time. If anybody's, we got single day passes, we got weekend passes, whatever, whatever you want to do. And yeah, I highly recommend it. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, looking forward to that good weekend, no doubt about that. Right in there in the Grundy County in Tennessee, so it's going to be a great location to go check it out at the caverns there. So, hey, Mike, we're so excited to have you coming up here in just a few weeks at Thrasher Opera House in Green Lake. We can't wait for your appearance here in the show that our folks are going to take on in. So, I appreciate your time today, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you so much, brother. Have a good day.
You too, bud.